This is really wonderful, and really for me one of the most difficult things in this piece and in this movement in particular is, first of all, figuring out who are the main voices, because the texture is so confusing and it's so full and it's so thick and there is so much going on, and I felt that you guys did that in an incredible, very intelligent way, and you really also in yesterday's performance these lines shown from the texture, especially in the middle voices, and I know how not easy that is, especially the solo that is coming up, right? It's an awkward register. So bravo for that. It's a terrific piece, but it's difficult and it's big, and I think you guys you have so much kind of warmth and virtuosity, yeah, and I love this big fortissimo section, yeah, with the cannons here. It was just phenomenal. Now, one of the most maybe nerve-wracking things about this movement, at least for me, is the very beginning. Yeah, and kind of because it's a chorale, because there's open strings, because it's all together. Yeah. So what are the things that you guys thinking about when you start this? Or
it's the very first note?
Well, yeah, basically the first chorale all the way until the allegro.
So we talked a lot about how we would release the notes together, because that was something we were having a really hard time doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But started them together
and to keep breathing.
It's a breathing.
Yeah. That's great. Now, how do you know when the second bar comes? Okay. Very good. Now, how do you count it, or how do you pace it? How do you feel it?
We also discussed whether or not we would be sort of feeling subdivisions or feeling the pizza too.
So subdividing by quarters. Yeah?
Yeah.
Or subdividing by 8
I
notes.
think we're doing it more in twos than
Very good. Okay. Now it's very together. Yeah, it's very together and it's very, very good. Now, I kind of want to experiment with something because I was asking all these questions and that's pretty much what I was getting from sitting in the audience is that everybody is really wonderfully zoomed into here, yeah? And you're all following, sorry, what is again your name? Caroline's lead, yeah? But I was wondering, since you guys know this piece so well, yeah? And you are all very passionate about the music, yeah? I was wondering how we can make it happen that you virtually would not need actually to look in order to be together, yeah? So kind of building some kind of trust, first of all, that it is going to be together and that you are going to feel the music the same way, yeah? And kind of spinning on from that, because I think, at least from my experience, it's a lot of responsibility to be the sole initiator. Yeah, it's a lot of responsibility, and it's very difficult, like every bar, to look. So let's go maybe from the general thing. So you are subdividing in 2. Yeah, I think it's a great idea because then you can feel yum pam pam as the syncopation. Yeah, which I think is exactly the point. Now, can we try to make an experiment? Yeah, actually it's going, first I heard about it from Mary Peckham, who is the cellist of the Cavani, where that, yeah, she calls this exercise or game live, breathe and die, yeah, which sounds extremely dramatic, yeah? But basically the idea is that we're going to choose each time a different person who initiates the leading, so maybe we can go from the bottom up, yeah? And so everybody is going to be now zoomed to the cello, and you kind of want to be extremely clear, yeah, about how you're leading it, how you're pacing it, where this second quarter in the long note is. Yeah, can we try to do that? But it was quite a bit different. Why don't we try leading from the second violin chair? Challenging than leading from the top and from the bottom, because first of all you're not at the perfect register to kind of shine your nose through, so they can hear you a little bit less, but also it's kind of inside the group and they have to look in. So can you use maybe even a little bit more of the body language to really kind of conduct it through? Yeah, let's try that once again. It was really good. excellent. That's the third version. Now you try leading it. To lead as well and as convincing as you were leading when you were the initiator, yeah, but at the same time kind of collect the group together into this leading, yeah, you kind of understand what I'm getting at? Try that. How did you like it, by the way? Yes, no? My question is, it was again, you guys are so tight and you don't really even need to look at the music. You are so visual in your communication, which I love. I absolutely love. My question is, how confident do you feel in the first chord? Yeah, it's the scariest one, and it feels a little bit that when you start, it's something a little bit tentative, and then you regain your confidence. Now, we kind of want to reverse that, because how we start, especially when we're nervous on stage, yeah, is really going to kind of make it or break it in terms of the feeling, yeah? We want the first note, we want the first phrase to be the most confident, the most kind of wonderful. And I think it even comes from giving the sign. Yeah, I love that you guys are giving the sign together, but what is the character of this phrase, or the first note? What kind of an attack you want to give?
Not an attack.
Well, we don't want to, since it doesn't, there's no subito forte on it. We want to, we were doing it where we exhale into it, so it sounds very natural, but it sounds strong. But we want to avoid doing any
attack, right? You don't want to kind of
the bite.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. But together with that, it is a start. It is a start, and you don't want kind of to sneak in. Maybe now for my taste, yeah, it has a little bit of that, and I think I love your sign that it's not something aggressive, but I would be maybe a little bit more determined, kind of to feel, okay, now we're collecting the whole group together. It has to be incredibly clear. Yeah, and then kind of you want to lead this first note. Observe that you do the same thing with the bow into the first chord. So nothing is tentative. Yeah, everybody's leading with their most confidence. Let's try that. Sorry to cut you off. How much is the sign? What is the rhythmic value?
Of the first.
Yeah, well, of the sign, because it's a little bit undefined, I think.
Oh.
Were you thinking quarter? Yeah.
Yeah, well.
I was hoping quarter.
Okay.
I was thinking quarter.
Okay. I was thinking quarter, but I don't know.
Okay, can you try quarter, but a very kind of was quite successful. Like I think what I was getting at, and this is something that, of course, in the beginning is the most obvious, but something that maybe I thought a little bit throughout, that very often you really leave the responsibility of the leading and of the pacing, of the music to the main voice. Not only in the first violin, but like the key places. Everybody is zoomed on first violin, and at other places it is zoomed on the instrument who is playing the main voice. And I think that you are playing really well together, and you really know the score well, So I think sometimes you can kind of lead with the same determination and with the same character together with whoever is maybe the initiator or the main voice. Now I thought it worked extremely well in bars. Okay, I don't have bar numbers. It's from bum, 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 when they start the 8 notes. The 8 notes were as alive and as leading and as characterized as the main tunes, And here you have this wonderful conversation between the cello and the violin, And sometimes I felt like details like this were just a little bit getting lost because I was actually paying too much attention to only the main voice. I mean, kind of a little bit the same in the chorale when you just start the allegro, that your voices, I know it's rhythmically, it's really confusing, but your voices are leading as much as the maybe we can jump around a little bit. Now this one has really difficult transitions of this very short crescendi into the subito pianos, right? Like around, I don't know if you have letters, but for me it's letter A. Which you are doing quite well, but again, I don't always feel that when you restart in the piano, that you, from the first moment, you really find the sound that you want to play, and it's incredibly difficult. It's incredibly difficult. Would you start from pick up to letter A? Okay, very good, that's very good. Again, I'm going to ask, what is the character of this whole place? Is what? Playful. Okay, very good. Now, she starts something, and in a way, you guys answer. I think it's like two sides of the coins. Again, she plays something extremely short and kind of very, and you have something more lyrical. So I would not try to bring these opposites together, but actually use the opportunity that you have long notes to bring it something more lyrical. Now, what in terms of maybe say emotion, is happening in this crescendo? Okay, conflicted, like in what way?
I don't know, because it's such a, it stays piano for such a long time, and you have crescendo from one bar, it drops right there.
There is something very kind of emotional about it, and maybe like worried or warm or pleading. I like this word a lot. So even though, especially in the cello part, you have a lot of 8 notes, but you guys can use the opportunity that you actually have these syncopations, which are relatively long, to actually give it a little bit more of this more emotional quality. Would you try it again? It sounds a little bit to me like when you jump on the other octave, and I know it's also because you change the string and you have to, so immediately it pops out as something loud. What I would do with the bow is actually start with a very little bow on the top F sharp and let it grow, because again it's our intention versus the technical means, because if immediately you have a lot of bow, that's going to make a huge change, and that's true for the 3 upper voices. So start from pom 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 and kind of open up to the piano. You want to try it again? Now, sorry, can I just ask what is the relationship when you guys answer? So we have a and then in a different key. Yeah, so. Okay, can I hear that in a little bit more like pronounced way? One measure before letter B, yeah? Right? Something that is kind of warm and, you know, maybe it's helpful to think about this crescendi as intensifying, yeah, intensifying rather than just getting louder, because usually in this particular instance they support a more tense harmony that later resolves, yeah, in the piano. Yeah, so it's like 5, and then it lets go when it finally resolves. So kind of thinking not only about the technical aspect, okay, we have to get louder and louder because you're totally doing it, but kind of supporting it with what you feel about the harmony. Now, from letter B, it's a very hard place, but again, who is leading that? Yeah, so maybe the maybe it kind of goes to here. Yeah, so again, we want to hear a long line. So how do you try to be together with the people who are leading it? Yeah, like what are you thinking about?
Because I have the papers.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to rush.
Okay, it's not so easy to catch on. Can you think now? I think obviously from what I can hear, you guys are leading to the top of the hairpin. Yeah. So can you kind of try to trust the fact that they're going to lead there and kind of imagine their part, or think that you are basically supporting their part, not just kind of trying to fit in. Maybe, yeah. Can we try that? I don't know if B is a good spot or one measure after B. Okay. Now you kind of want to anticipate the rubato that they're going to do, because of course it's not going to be metronomical. So you pretty much have a sense of what they usually do. So in a way you want to anticipate that and yourself lead in the same way. Can you try that again? More comfortable? For me, that sounds very convincing. Yeah, that sounds very convincing because it feels like it belongs there. Yeah, for my personal taste, I thought that you could make just a little bit more in the hairpin, yeah, and that would not take away from them being the primary line. But basically, I think, for me, you know, being a violinist in a quartet, this is very often very helpful not to think about trying to kind of, you know, go like this, but just kind of understanding the bigger shape and learning the rubato that my colleagues are going to make, yeah, and anticipating it. Now, can we maybe start from just right where you stop? Yeah, so I love your crescendo here, by the way. But again, you want to to choose your sound when you start in the piano, and that's really the most difficult thing. So kind of what is the sound, what is the character that you're looking for in here? Yeah, there's a yeah, can you try that? Now I really heard it, yeah? But now we have it starting on the top, going to the kind of middle register, and then finally the cello takes over, you know, within the crescendo. So how are you going to, are they all the same? Maybe let's ask the trivia question. No, right? So how are you going to bring it out? Really kind of
Or Sasha would come out more because it's higher.
yeah, kind of, you know what, in places like this, very often you want to think that you want to take advantage of your register. Yeah, so this is very high, with whatever it means to you. Yeah, and then it goes to the very bottom of the viola. Yeah, and you are the bottom of the quartet and with the crescendo. So again, can I hear that in a more kind of defined way? The hairpin, I hear it in the more lyrical line. I don't quite hear it, especially when you guys are playing, that you guys are going now. For you it's more difficult because you have the breaks, yeah, but you still want to kind of follow through the shape. Now, how did this chorale feel, the maestoso? Okay, because it's in the middle and you've already played, yeah? I guess something that I'm missing is the direction in the first note. Yeah, you arrived it wonderfully together, and it's kind of not easy because of the yeah, you do it exceptionally well, but what I don't quite is because it's so tempting to kind of just to land on the long note and let it happen. Yeah, but you know, you first of all you want to keep the excitement, but second of all you want to kind of reconnect as a group. Yeah, so you want, again, what am I talking about? I guess I'm talking about watching each other's bow, yeah, and leading it the same way into the bar, and feeling where everybody else feels the middle beat, right? Can you try maybe a few bars before that? You choose where is a good place to start. Maybe the last forte before?
Can we start like the two beats? The two beats? Okay.
bar before, right? How does that feel? Does it feel different? That's a timer. I guess we have just 2 more minutes, right? Just to be really, really, really fussy about it. Yeah, I don't always feel that you're imitating each other's body language. Yeah, kind of, really, it's also a matter of kind of having the same energy. Yeah, the same amount of energy coming from every seat. And I think it's really stressful on something like this that is so transparent and so bare, because again, and that's where we are kind of coming to, I think, what I was starting the class with, having this trust that actually it is going to be together. Yeah, kind of coming from exactly the opposite point of thinking than, you know, normally we are, oh my God, what if we're not together? Yeah, it is going to be together because you've practiced it. Yeah, and it is going to be together because you discussed how you subdivide, you discussed what kind of sign you're giving, what you're watching. Yeah, and kind of from this confidence in or for all 4 chairs, you kind of want to take it from that and feel that you know what is going to happen. There is no surprises, but at the moment you are all responsible to lead it together. And by imitating the body language, now we're all extremely different. I mean, if you've seen our quartet, I mean, we're extremely different in our way of moving, but we kind of try to unify what we do with the bow. We're trying to unify the amount of energy that we put in it, and I think just besides, you know, it being helpful to be together, it kind of builds this confidence that we're all on the same page. Yeah, but really, guys, bravo! It sounds so good, and it's such a magnificent. Bravo.